Hi, my name is Abdul Halik Aziz and I'm a visual artist based in Colombo, Sri Lanka. And over the next few minutes, I'll give you a brief introduction into the kind of work that I do and some of my current thinking and process. A lot of my work revolves around the post-war climate of Sri Lanka, which has started to see a range of issues that are accelerating seemingly to the point of instability. I'm very much interested in the outputs of these processes, the apophenia and the randomness that emerge, which speak in often ironic, interconnected, and critical ways to our contemporary moment. For example, photography has become a key driver of one of Sri Lanka's biggest post-war industries, tourism. From YouTube videos to Instagram posts, these visuals portray Sri Lanka as an exotic landscape in a way that mirrors but also differs from Orientalist representations of the same. And while I'm very interested in where these gazes overlap, I'm also very interested in the real world implications of visual culture on tourism in Sri Lanka. As another example, Colombo, in its dream to become a world class city, has transformed itself into a beautiful landscape for big capital projects. And it has done so by employing the violence of visuals in a way that flattens what might otherwise have been diverse narratives and multiple perspectives on what it means to be a city. And I'm very interested in the Freudian slips of this urban landscape, visual cues which I collect as I go on long walks through the city, and also, of course, through found media. As a part of a broader interest in the self and identity, I recently began looking at my family's history through photographs and oral narratives. While this helps me connect the historical, cultural, and ideological transformation of my family over the last 4 decades with Sri Lanka's transition into modernity, it also speaks to the difficulty of negotiating identity in a space in which minorities are once again being othered and alienated. A project always begins with a question, or a space where a question should be. This question, or a lack of one, gives rise to a process of collection which results in an archive, a backlog of ideas and what ifs stored in notebooks, digital notepads, hard drives, etc. I use a range of approaches and materials, including found media, writing, ethnography, photography, and video. An ongoing area of my practice is Instagram, where I experiment with new ideas and connect with an immediate audience. Because of this, I don't necessarily have a physical ontological category of studio in my practice. What my studio is always differs based on where I am working and what I'm working on. 2 years ago, I started a project with my friend and collaborator Sandev Handy, which began with a group of friends and artists meeting in an apartment in Colombo to produce a deconstructed art book. This has since evolved into a larger group practice, and over the past 2 years, we've participated in various fora and experimented with self-publishing, public-private conversation, mashups, live radio, and other forms of online interventions. Instead of speaking to or speaking at, we've been asking what it means to speak from and what it means to do our thinking in public. With a commitment to making work that is located in the playful and intimate, we adopt a model of collective study that is encompassed by, to quote Fred Moten, what we do with other people. And we do this with a particular focus on the vernacular, collaborative process, and conversation. This became the focus of our latest project, Instigating Collaborative Study, which, through the support of a grant by Pro Helvetia New Delhi, helped us initiate a zine archive and invite a group of young Sri Lankan artists to form a community around a series of dinners and gatherings. Together, we formed a process of collecting and connecting and are building a publication, a dossier, which will become a record of our conversations and emergent thoughts in the process of working together.